live from the Steel Twins recording studio in beautiful Traverse City, Michigan. It's your boys, the Cannonball, the Cannon, the Steel Twins. What's up, everybody? It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means.
That's right, voice acting night, baby.
Yep, absolutely. We got another one in store for you, and like my brother warned me when this case started, it's a very hefty, meaty one. So apparently we're traveling between two time frames here, but we're dealing with the same case. So to recap. We are investigating the murder of one, is it Jacob Frost?
Artie Frost.
Artie Frost. So Artie Frost has been murdered during a confectioner's challenge at the mansion of Samson Tangaroa. And Tangaroa is obviously the defendant, and he's innocent of this crime, or at least that's what we're led to believe. And, we found some weird stuff going on, but the ice sculptures in in Mr. Frost's room were melted. What's worse, Edgeworth and Eddie Fender and company, were investigating, I guess the site of the old Samson Tangaroa mansion.
An art gallery, if you will.
Now it's an art gallery with several different wings, summer wing, spring wing, autumn wing, and winter wing. And the last we left our intrepid heroes, the winter wing sculptures have all melted again, and they found a fresh body in the fountain. And one of the confectioners from the contest 18 years prior won Carmelo Gusto. That's who it is. Carmelo Gusto was the victim of a gas attack when two volatile chemicals were mixed in one of the wings, and he's in the medical wing for treatment. So we got two victims, and one of them across two timelines, and so the question is begged. What the heck is going on? Let me try that again. What the heck is going on here? So, hope you guys are ready for a treat. We've been looking forward to this all week.
Oh, yes.
So, and again, Nostalgic Monday is off and rearing to go. Legend of Zelda Tuesdays, Super Mario Fridays, anything you need, package over here, he's got you.
Oh, yeah.
So, but enough
and
about...
I'm trying to convince Cannonball here to come up with his own solo streams of his own, maybe on a Thursday, maybe he did himself some Ghosts of, the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima.
Well, we're not sure when that's coming out, but man, I can't wait to see that. But who knows? I've been really, really busy in the real world. But don't you worry, voice acting is here to stay. And
yeah, baby.
I think it's about time for my second favorite part of the show.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it, baby.
If you have a cap to your bottle or a pin on your can, you go ahead and pull that pin back or twist that cap off.
With a twisty twist.
Hey, package. What time is it?
It's time to get bombed.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, man, it's good for what ails you.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
C4 cherry popsicle, baby.
Yeah, we just had dinner. We got a full tum. I'm in a really good mood. Live scene. Oh, hang on a second. Go ahead.
Let's do this.
Yep. But before I do... Okay.
Oh, that's right. Oh, there we are.
Hey, there he is. Now let me just make a quick adjustment here. The thing about this guy is, I gave him the full screen treatment in Discord so that he can pop up in here, so it looks a little more natural. I dig it.
Nice.
So, hell, what are we waiting for? Let's jam to this music. Now, what is the deal with this kid? We found the kid with the horns. Are we going to meet him more?
I think so. Maybe for a little further down the road. Who knows?
Indeed. So, yep, I think we've pretty much met almost everybody in this game. Almost everybody. Health warning.
Yes, sir.
Minimal changes to preserve the integrity of the original art. Some changes were like, that doesn't sound good, but anyway, no need to worry about that. So then let's keep going. Let's keep plowing into this pastrami sandwich known as Turnabout Legacy.
Good news. The check cleared. It's go time.
Nom nom nom. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's eat. All right.
Got me a sweet tooth.
Okay. So now we're back in the past. Still can't believe the IS-7 incident was Gregory's last case. Well, that has been 18 long years since. A murder at a confectionery contest, and one of the participants, no less, Artie Frost. They pulled his body out of a treasure chest that was a part of Samson Tangaroa's chocolate tableau. He'd been hit in the head with a large rock salt lamp and subsequently bled to death. We found the lamp hidden inside the candy castle Delicia Scone had made for the contest. Then, before anyone had the chance to investigate Mr. Frost's own room, all of his icy creations had melted clean away. 18 years ago.
I don't think I've even watched further into this. Remix!
So you're just as much in the dark as I am. This will be fun. December 24th, 9:05 p.m. Contest venue, Fountain Room. Hey, I gotta remember my voice. All of Mr. Frost's work destroyed. Mr. Von Karma wasn't very happy. He told us to get out, and in no uncertain terms.
So what do we do now, Mr. E? I can't believe he just up and kicked us out. Von Karma's a total jerk.
Now, Eddie. It was always the job of the police and the prosecutor's office to investigate the scene.
Yeah, but he didn't have to talk to us like that. Who cares if we're cops or attorneys? We should all be working together to find the truth.
You can't assume that everybody's aims are the same as your own. You may wish to expose the truth, but others might prefer to accept things at face value. Which way of thinking is right will depend on the person.
What if somebody innocent ends up behind bars because no one managed to uncover the truth?
It can happen. We're all human, police and prosecutors included, which is why defense attorneys exist. Our job is to help people in just such situations, to be friends to the friendless.
Friends to the friendless.
The voice of the voiceless, perhaps? Thank you, CM Punk.
CM Punk. You probably would have used something else.
Had to go there anyway. Now, we may not be able to investigate Mr. Frost's room as hoped, but that doesn't mean we give up.
You're right, Mr. E. I'm sorry. I should have thought more before I opened my big mouth.
You're young, Eddie. You'll learn soon enough.
I will. I promise.
Oh, here we go.
Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, you look like you could use a little pick-me-up. I'm afraid this is all I have, but please, by all means.
Whoa, you're the best, Miss Bound.
chocolates added to the court record. Tangaroa's favorite, handmade by Bound, rather misshapen and incredibly sweet. Thank you. A little sugar boost might actually help, although these are a little too sweet for my liking, and a little uniquely shaped.
I'm sorry if they're not to your taste.
No way. They're great. They're so sweet.
You're very kind. Imagine me, of all people, a mediocre confectioner.
What? You mean you made those yourself?
Yes, Samson loves chocolate, so I had to learn. Keeping him supplied with his favorite treats is just one of my many duties. Although he does spend most of the time coaching me on how to improve my technique.
Mr. Tangaroa sure is a lucky guy. Getting to eat homemade sweets made by the one and only Judy Bound whenever you want sounds amazing.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
Nope, nothing at all.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. So, I wonder what that statement's supposed to mean. You don't think she's trying to become a confectioner and got pissed off about Samson telling her how to make shit, right? I hope not.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Dear sweet Eddie, you really do still have a lot to learn. It seems you're quite committed to the work you do for Mr. Tangaroa, Miss Bound.
Of course. What right would I have to stay here otherwise?
What do you mean by that?
I was abandoned as a baby, and Mr. Tangaroa took me in.
Oh, shit. Hang on a second. Okay, so here, Judy Bound is the sweet, tender age of 16. Samson Tangaroa is 39. Good Lord. So, you know,
Wow.
I'm not a math whiz, but I'm pretty sure he was 23 years old or around that when he took her in. Dang, old enough to be your dad, really. Jesus.
Wow.
I did not see that coming. I thought they were husband and wife. Anyway.
Not quite.
That's right. One snowy Christmas Eve, many years ago, he found me on the steps of this very mansion.
Jeez, I hope to God this isn't where we get the tissues.
Oi, you thought they were what? Zion the potato has joined the chat.
Welcome, my friend.
Anyways.
He saved my life and became the father I never had. I can never repay him. So my work for him is the least I can do. And I'll be here for him for as long as he needs me.
That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
I feel like this is a bold-faced lie. You do have to take these comments with a healthy dose of cynicism, but we'll have to see. Anyway,
Just saying.
I must be getting old. I'm welling up a little myself.
And to think today is Christmas Eve. And I can't even give him his present in person. I'd do anything to save him. Anything. Please, if there's something I can do to help, just say it.
We're very grateful, Miss Bound. Perhaps you could help us by answering a question. Did you know the victim?
Not very well, I'm afraid. Oh, but if you wanted to see some of his work, I have a picture of the sculptures he made for the final.
Oh, okay. So she preserved the evidence. My, they're stunning.
Aren't they? I think they're masterpieces. Who would have thought you could make such intricate statues out of flavored ice? Samson adored them too.
Oh, hey. That's Taurus and Gemini, right?
I didn't know you were keen on constellations in the zodiac, Eddie.
Oh, I love it. The stories those stories of stars can tell. Flavor ice?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
You heard her right.
Oh, yeah. Take Gemini, for example. See the lyre? That's what the harp is called. And the arrow in, hold up. The lyre doesn't have any strings. Huh? Did Mr. Frost forget to add that, maybe?
I wonder if that's an important detail.
I ain't no one damn time heard of flavored ice.
Are you
Ain't not
sh-
one damn time heard of flavored ice.
Are you sure you haven't had slush puppies when you were a kid? You need to probably check that out. Anyway.
Or even a Vitapup. Hey, it's Vitapup. It's in the cup. It's what's up.
Anyway.
It doesn't sound like something he'd forget to do.
Wait, really? I thought you just said you didn't know him very well.
Oh, I wonder.
He didn't seem like the type.
It seems she's got something to hide too. You took this photograph yourself, Miss Bound?
Yes, I use this instant camera here. It develops the pictures as soon as you take them. It's so useful.
What y'all talking about? Ooh, I'd love to see it in action.
What's a slush puppy? Well, basically you get a bunch of chipped ice and you put syrup all over it. It's pretty good.
Kind of like a Slurpee from 7-Up, if you ask me. 7-Eleven.
That's a good comparison.
Then why don't I take your picture?
Yes! Come on, Miss D. Let's get a shot of the both of us.
Well, all right then. It would be a shame to waste a good hair day.
Oh, just say Slurpee, man. Sure, why not?
Okay.
Ready? Ready? Say cheese. There, all done. And the picture's yours to keep, Mr. Fender.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's such a cool camera.
Well, it's the only one we've got, so we use it for all of our picture-taking needs. It's very convenient, but the lack of negatives is something of a shame.
What is the picture? Hey, Zion, you remember the picture from like the beginning of that case? That's probably what it was.
So there aren't any negatives for us to reference, huh? I assume Mr. Tangaroa used this same camera during the contest?
Yes, you assumed correctly. He used it for some work-in-progress pictures of his seascape. And later, to take some photos of the other contestants' works.
But didn't you take a picture of the body when you discovered it? And didn't you discover the body while the judging was still underway?
Where is Mr. Ticonderoga anyway?
He's still in the detention center right now.
Oh yes, Samson wanted pictures of all the entrance completed rooms. But the film ran out just as he finished photographing Mr. Gusto's work. So he asked me to go put in a new cartridge. He seemed to think there should have been more shots left than there were.
In other words, the film ran out sooner than expected?
Yes, the number of shots he took didn't line up with the number of shots remaining.
Poor Mr. Tipiwanda.
But he thought maybe he just lost track somewhere along the way.
But had he really, though?
I went to our living area to change the film and was passing through the fountain room on my way back, when I heard the sound of something break and collapse in Samson's room. Samson, are you in here? Ah! Mr. Frost's body was just lying there. I was in total shock. It was all too much. But I remember I called the police and then I went to tell everybody else. And the camera, it's been with me ever since.
That might be important later on, something tells me. Anyway, I see. I'd be grateful.
I'm running out of things to call him. That sounds like this is named that quick. This never happened before.
Well, there you go. I'd be grateful if you could lend us the camera and this picture, Miss Bound.
Of course. Here you go.
Thank you. Instant camera added to the court record. Takes photos that develop instantly. A new film cartridge has 20 exposures, but there are only 3 remaining. Mr. Frost's room added to the court record. A photo of Frost's sculptures taken by Judy Bound. Uh-oh.
Detective Bad, Miss Scone. Are they done investigating? They're done with me, that's for certain. The big meanie told me to clear off. Honestly, that mannequin's be the end of me. The cheek of him.
Guess he got tired of people cluttering up his crime scene.
Did he run off? Did he run you off too, Detective Bad?
Yeah, Von Karma seems to think I'm a nuisance. Can't do things his way with me around.
Why would Mr. Von Karma go so far as to exclude his own lead detective?
Still, got a pretty good look at the scene. As for Gusto, he's enjoying a nice little chat right now in Frost's room.
What about?
Did Scone do it? I feel like Scone did it. Well, we haven't figured out who did it yet, but I'm starting to think it's not Scone. Anyway,
About the fact that Miss Bound said she saw him going in there during the contest.
Mr. Gusto went into Mr. Frost's room?
That's right. And I have to say, he looked very much like he didn't want to be seen. I don't know what he could have been up to.
Well, he's candidate number 1 at the moment as the guy who melted Frost's work.
But is that really why Mr. Gusto went into Mr. Frost's room?
Got a photo of the room right here. If you need it, it's all yours.
Wait, what? Why will you just give it to us?
Do I gotta spell it out for you, kid? I'm offering to help you guys. I want the truth about this case to come out.
How dare thee, sir? As I said before, every sweet treat has a sour patch. Hey, that's a pretty good line. So, all right. So, is my Gregory Edgeworth voice too quiet?
Maybe just a little bit more oomph on your record. You'll be fine.
Okay, so say it with my chest a little bit more. Okay. Detective.
Really, Detective Bad? Mr. Von Karma won't be happy about this.
Yeah, well, I'm not Von Karma's stooge. If he's gonna stonewall my investigation, then I'm not gonna play by the book either. Can't let some pesky rules keep me from finding the truth. Now can I, Mr. Edgeworth?
Indeed. Thank you, Detective Bad.
That's better. Wow, I can't believe you won him over, Mr. E. Well, I haven't the foggiest what you're all going on about, but here's to new friends, eh?
It's definitely nice to have the good detective on our side, that's for sure. All right, let's take a look at that photograph.
Here.
I don't trust you, Julia child.
This is what Frost's room looks like right now.
Yikes! It doesn't left in his flavored ice sculptures but puddles.
The floor appears to be completely covered in a pale blue liquid. I wonder if it's poison. Remember in the present, there was this pale white liquid. What the heck was it called?
Like pesticide ultra or something?
Yeah, something like that, but I'm wondering if that's what this is. Anyway. I should compare this with the photo I just borrowed from Ms. Bound. I assume that the unplugged power cord has something to do with all this.
Yeah, once that was out of the socket, the display cases lost power, and up the temperature went.
No, that's the red. Pesticide ultra is red, I think.
No, I think the ubiquinum is the paint-like
red
substance.
liquid, yeah.
That's the red liquid. So, okay.
Yeah. Looks like they were all connected to the same power strip.
Do you have any idea when it was unplugged?
Nope, still working on that.
Those sculptures are beautiful. What a waste. You can see that again. I should have taken a few more bites out of them while I had the chance.
Oh, come on,
God.
lady.
Jeez.
Really? So they tasted good? Didn't they ever? I never tried ices so scrumptious in all my life. Really? Man, I wish I could have had a bite. Well, scrumptious except for the salty bits, of course. That was unbearable.
Salt, you say?
Wait a minute.
Now check this out. What does salt do on a snowy day with ice on the sidewalk?
The ice melts with the salt?
Why the heck would there salt on his sculptures?
Wait a minute. You don't think that the effects of the salt lamp...
I don't know. I mean, I don't know about the salt lamp, but I mean, anyway. The salty bit?
It's in the other photo you've got there. This bit, the harpy thing.
Holy contradiction. So anyway, yeah. Okay.
Holy contradiction, Phoenix Wright.
Gemini's liar.
Wait, that's why you had those strings? Because you ate them?
Oh, God.
I didn't eat that much, you cheeky little devil. I told you. It was all horrible and salty.
Ms. Scone's statement added to the court record. Frost's sculptures were scrumptious, except for the lyre, which was salty. It's interesting that only one particular part of this one particular sculpture tasted different from the rest. And could somebody other than Ms. Scone really be responsible for eating the rest of the strings? Did you notice anything else, Ms. Scone?
I'll come to think of it, I did. There was a funny little mark on Chili Winks' work. It was 2 little letters. Let me see if I can draw it for you. There we go. Yes, it looks just like that. Hey, wait a minute. Isn't it from that seal we found earlier?
PH. Oh, hey, wait, yeah, let's check. Wait a minute. Look at that. This was the... Well, then, this was the seal that we found in the guy's coffin. Or the treasure chest, rather. The chocolate treasure chest. And...
Yeah.
It's a reference to, like, the pH level of water, but what the heck is that supposed to mean? Anyway. It's almost like a signature or something. Wait.
I just knew Mr. Frost wouldn't have made that harp without strings. He's not the type to skip an important detail like that.
I hope you don't mind me asking, Ms. Bound, but are you certain you didn't know Mr. Frost particularly well?
What? No, I barely knew him, I swear.
Is that so? You certainly seem to have some strong opinions about his attitude toward his work.
No, the sculptures were so carefully made. I didn't think he'd miss something so important.
I'm sorry, but... let me try that again. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you. You have a more personal connection to his work than that.
What makes you say that?
I have an item of evidence that appears to have been one of Mr. Frost's possessions, and it shares a key feature with another piece of evidence.
Well, I won't know what you're talking about if you don't share. So what are these 2 pieces of evidence of yours?
Which 2 items point to Mr. Frost? This is the first.
Take that!
Take that. Take that. And now, the second.
I think it has to be the, oh?
Take that!
Take
This?
that. Interesting. Miss Scone found 2 letters carved into Mr. Frost's ice sculptures. I think they were a signature of sorts. After all, it's not unusual for an artist to initial their work.
I guess not.
That's right, dear. It's just like you said. Chili reads the statues of the letters PH carved in them plain as day.
Can I take another look at something? Oh, look at that!
Well. I can't believe we missed that. Look, there's something stamped on the bottom. It says PH.
I suppose that must be Paul Halik's pottery mark. Those are his initials, after all. Ms. Bound said she's a big fan of his work.
His initials, huh? So if I made it, it would say EF?
Perhaps you should practice by initialing your personal belongings first. Okay, so I'm wondering if Mr. Artie Frost is, in fact, Paul Halik.
I don't know. I think it's odd. If I'm quiet for a while, I'm playing Mario Kart. Just roll so you think I would feel like who deserves it. Also, Bound is acting sus. I think it's Bound.
Yeah, she's definitely hiding something. And yeah, you go race it, dude. So here we go.
PH. Shouldn't it be AF?
You'd think so, but take a look at this. It's the seal we found at the crime scene. It seems reasonable to assume that it fell from Mr. Frost's pocket, and when pressed into the surface of an item, it would leave behind the letters PH. The same pottery mark we see imprinted on the bottom of the items of the tea set.
The same pottery mark?
We have already established that the tea set is the work of the sculptor Paul Halik. From that, we can assume that these same letters would mark any item out as a piece of his work. A fact of which you are well aware, correct, Ms. Bound?
Well, yes. I know that he always marks his work with his initials like that.
Look at that Irish jig she's doing. That's not very Irish of you, dear, and the green's not helping either.
He's never revealed his true identity in public, so it's the only way to know his works are truly his.
You mean Paul Halik was?
That's right, Detective. Artie Frost had another identity. He was no ordinary confectioner, at least as far as Ms. Bound was concerned. For you see, Mr. Frost was, in fact,
A famed sculptor. A famed sculptor?
a famed sculptor. Mr. Frost was, in fact, none other than famed sculptor Paul Halik.
What? Mr. Frost and Paul Halik were the same person?
But it's not like the mark's hard to copy, though. Anyone who's seen it could fake being him with it. Not exactly conclusive proof that Frost was who you say he was.
It was proof enough for Ms. Bound. What matters is that she believed it. His true identity will have to be investigated by the good people of the precinct.
All right, I'll have the boys look into it.
I should have known I couldn't hide it from you, Mr. Edgeworth.
So you admit it. You were aware of who Mr. Frost really was?
I was. When I discovered his body, I saw the seal you found. Don't ask me how, but I just knew straight away that he was my dear Paul Halik. Imagine, his entries in the confectionery contest were his final legacy. A great man like that.
And be honest, did you enter Mr. Frost's room at any point?
What? Why are you asking me that?
The photograph of Mr. Frost's room. I'd like to know when it was taken.
Oh,
Will the camera tell us?
I don't think so.
It's not going to give us a timestamp. That's too bad. Anyway.
I must have gotten it mixed up with the others. I must have gotten it mixed up with the one Samson took during the judging.
Objection. I'm afraid I find that rather hard to believe. You said yourself that the camera ran out of film during the judging, and that you've had charge of the camera since before Mr. Tangaroa had the chance to visit Mr. Frost's room. That's how you were able to take that picture when you discovered Mr. Frost's body.
I suppose so.
This suggested you took only 2 pictures with the new film, one of Mr. Frost's body and one of his room. But I have a piece of evidence that says otherwise.
You do?
Which piece of evidence contradicts the assumption that Ms. Bound only took 2 pictures? Well, it's the camera itself, because remember, a new film cartridge has 20 exposures, but there are only 3 remaining.
Take that!
The camera?
You gave the picture of the body to the police and the picture of Mr. Frost's room to me.
Oh, you gave us that picture you took of me and Mr. Edgeworth, too.
3 photographs in total, and yet the film cartridge in this camera only has 3 exposures remaining out of a total of 20. You took more pictures, and I want to know what of. I'll need to see all the photos you took. Perhaps then we'll finally learn what you were really up to.
I'm so sorry. I confess, I've been lying to you.
Busted, biatch.
These are all shots of Frost's room.
I'm so sorry.
Looks like she took pictures of his work from every possible angle.
And when they were taken, the ice still hadn't melted yet. Wait, don't tell me it was you.
It was. At least, I'm pretty sure it was.
Pretty sure? Lady, you're looking less pretty by the second. You are? Why?
Well, you see, I'm a huge fan of Mr. Hully's work, as you know. I was petrified that they might be ruined, what with the investigation that was going on and everything. So I thought I should at least capture the sculptures on film for posterity.
And how did that make them melt?
I think perhaps I was so intent on getting the perfect photographs that I might have tripped over the power cord without noticing.
By mistake? Are you sure?
I didn't notice it at the time, but, well, how could I have been so careless as to cause the loss of his final masterpieces?
Hold on a second. We love the enthusiasm, but Caps counts a tad high. Max amount is 100. He says, like, oh, come on. I would have bet money Bound killed somebody. I don't know.
Maybe no, you know what? 100 caps is plenty. 100 characters with all caps, that's plenty. So just chill out. That seems a little convenient to me. I'm not sure I believe it. But I will do this. Give me 2 seconds. Hey, give me a drum roll. Ta-da!
See what he did there?
Says he's sure not banned from this channel. All right. Time out. On time out. Okay. Okay, well, I guess you can start talking again.
Yep, you're back.
That was quick. All right.
You can't keep the potato in the ground forever. Damn right, son.
But I'm not in a position. That seems a little convenient to me. I'm not sure I believe it. But I'm not in a position to refute it either.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cause any trouble.
Please, don't worry about it. The important thing is that you told us the truth.
What he said. No hard feelings, Miss Bound.
Thank you.
Mr. Edgeworth, picture's yours. Hope it helps.
Mr. Frost's room updated in the court record. 2 photos, one from Bound and one from Detective Bad.
You want to take a look at him?
Well, we got company first of all. This bastard.
Are you infernal nuisances still here? You don't know when to give up. Linger for as long as you like. The answer is still the same. You are not part of this investigation.
Whether we're part of it or not, we'll uncover the truth nonetheless.
It seems you don't know when to shut up either, but I commend you on your stubbornness.
Well, don't worry. We'll roast him all right, nice and crispy.
Yeah, buddy.
Mr. Von Karma, I'm afraid I'm the one responsible for Mr. Frost's work melting.
What? What is the meaning of this?
I'm so sorry. And to you, Mr. Gusto.
No concern of mine. I didn't do anything, and Mr. Von Karma agrees. Nothing at all, Mr. Gusto? You went into Mr. Frost's room, didn't you? Perhaps you could tell us why. Sure, I was...
Objection! Silence! You are not to give the attorney even the tiniest shred of information! Judy Bound, you're coming with me! I have reason to believe that you are an accomplice of the accused Samson Tangaroa.
No,
I will be interrogating you personally, so you had better get your story in order.
I understand.
That sounds ominous. What a piece of shit. Wait, please. I'm not done questioning her myself.
And you think I care because... Bad, Gusto, and you, Scone. I have questions for all of you, and I expect answers.
Fine by me.
Ooh, you can at least ask nicely, Miss Mannequins. Oh, boy. He literally took everyone with him.
Indeed. Well, I suppose that means there's little point in us hanging around either. Perhaps it's time we got going anyway. It is rather late. I hope the snow is let up.
You're right. Home time.
Ooh.
Ooh. I guess my stomach's in agreement, too.
All right, let's go grab a burger. Before my own stomach starts grumbling, too.
Sounds good to me. Let's eat up and rest up. We'll need to be fighting fit for tomorrow.
We will indeed. and our first port of call will be with Mr. Tangaroa.
Well, I could use a burger myself. To be continued. How long has it been?
Only 45 minutes, pal. So yeah,
Let's keep going.
we go forward. As we all say,
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Charge!
Interview
We
with
go
Mr.
forward like a breath exhaled from the earth, with vigor in our hearts and one goal in sight.
December 25th, 10 a.m. Detention Center, Visitors Room. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody!
Does the Detention Center closed on Christmas Day? I don't know. Anyway, what's she doing there?
Oh, boy. Hey, it's Miss Bound.
Oh, Mr. Fender. Mr. Edgeworth. I'm so sorry about what happened yesterday.
She looks rather tired. Has Mr. Von Karma finished interrogating you?
Yes, though he really only seemed interested in how I melted those sculptures.
You here to see Mr. Tangaroa, too?
Yes, I'm terribly worried about him.
Yes, you should be.
Well, there's Mr. Tyrell Bad. Detective Bad? What are you doing back there?
Oh, just happened to be here. I'll be heading back to the scene soon.
Not sure how anyone just happens to be in a detention center, but okay.
What the heck? Good morning. What the shit? His hair's
His
white
hair-
as a sheet.
Oh, no!
What the hell?
Why? No way.
He was 39, but I'm like, good old Lord, what the hell is going on? Anyway.
He must have had snow on him.
Maybe. No. He must have dyed his hair or something. Huh.
Mr. Tangaroa, what happened to you?
Oh no! Samson, what did they do to you?
They didn't seem to want to let me sleep. I had no idea interrogations could be so involved. Sorry if I seem distracted. I think I'm a little tired. They're not letting you sleep?
That's not police work. That's torture. What's going on here, Detective Bad?
I'm not the one doing the interviewing. It's the guy they put on the case before me. I like Von Karma's methods about as much as you do, which is why I'm doing what I can to help. It was Detective Bad who got me out of there. I'd still be in that interrogation room right now if it weren't for him.
Detective Bad really is trying to look out for Mr. Tangaroa in his own way, it seems. All right, Eddie. Let's share yesterday's findings with Mr. Tangaroa.
You got it, Mr. E. My notepad is at the ready.
Mr. Tangaroa, we found out quite a bit, if you'd like to hear it. Of course, thank you.
You all right, Mr. Tangaroa? You seem kind of spaced out.
I'm fine. I think my blood sugar might be running a little low.
Samson!
Do we have anything that might give him a little energy boost? Yes, we do.
The contestants.
First of all, let's get him some chocolate. Huh? Is that chocolate? For me?
Oh, those are the chocolates I
wish I could just give them to you, Mr. Tangaroa, but the rules here don't exactly allow me to do so. Oh, that's a shame. But rules are rules, I suppose.
Must be some way we can hand them to them.
I hope Detective Bad is noting the meaningful looks in his direction.
Let me take a look at them. If they seem legit, I might consider passing them on to the suspect.
Thank you, Detective Bad.
My hero. Oh, my sweet custard. It's Mr. Ticonderoga. And his hair is white.
Yeah, more like Mr. Tapioca. I'm touched. Thank you, Detective. Yeah, whatever. Just sit tight. All right, so he's going to give him the chocolate. Here. You don't know how much this means to me. Yeah, keep it down, will you? For both our sakes. Of course, Detective, I wouldn't wish to put your livelihood at risk. Not to sample these treats. Detective, I apologize for putting you in a tight spot. I didn't do it for you. It was my call.
Guess you're not such a bad guy after all.
Gotta love the puns. Oh, the sweetness. I feel like a man reborn. Ha-ha. Were they your handiwork, Judy?
Yes. How were they?
I hope his hair turns black again. Feel them melt. Soft and smooth. Chocolate that'll comfort and soothe. Ear to ear, head to toe.
He's trying his best.
And savor the taste as it flows.
Okay, Frank Sinatra, chill.
Delicious. They're not exactly beautiful, but they're sweet and oh so flavorful. Thank you, Judy.
I'm so glad you like them.
And I'm glad you're back to your old self. My apologies, friends. The food they serve here is just so flavorless. Between that and the lack of sleep, I was about ready to collapse from sheer despair.
Wow. Is the food here really all that bad?
Just the usual. French fries, ham sandwich, stuff like that.
Yes, and yet I couldn't taste a thing.
Anyway, I'm heading back to the scene.
Before you go, Detective, do you have any new information to share?
Oh yeah, you were right about the victim's identity. Frost worked as a sculptor in France, where he was known as Paul Halik.
Artie Frost was Paul Halik? I never would have imagined.
Poor Mr. Halik.
So the famous French sculptor wasn't a Frenchman after all, huh?
Jesus. This all would certainly explain why Mr. Halik was such a recluse and refused to show his face in public.
I fail to see the puns in both these names.
I'm not sure either.
He was busy working on his greatest masterpiece, apparently. Bunch of Zodiac statues. Guess he'll never finish them now.
He never finished his greatest masterpiece?
Nah. Seems he was making statues for each season. But he never got around to the winter constellations.
Winter constellations? You mean Taurus and Gemini?
So the two he made out of ice would have completed the set.
Yeah, now they're nothing but puddles. What a bummer.
You want to know what I think? I think the guy that melted both of the Taurus and Gemini statues in the present is the same person that did it in the past. No, time out. Judy Bound did it in the past. So whoever's the culprit in this case did it in the future to kind of screw with Judy. What a dick. What a dick. Anyway.
Whatever, man.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, Miss Bound. I wasn't blaming you.
One last thing. Seems he had himself a bit of a spending habit when it came to his work. Every statue cost him millions to make. Which means he was always strapped for cash. We're checking to see if there's any chance someone called in a debt.
I guess not even famous artists are safe from money problems.
Some of the greatest artists in history were broke as shit. Do you have any idea why he entered the confectionery contest?
None. Guy didn't even tell his family.
I see.
All right, I really gotta get going. I'll go fetch another guard. I can't be hanging around here any longer.
Understood, Detective. We'll see you again shortly. He's a good man. He certainly is. And an uncompromising one. Somebody who can be trusted to stand up for what he believes in.
It'd scare the pants off anybody new he meets.
Now, you were going to tell me about what you learned yesterday? Of course, allow me to give you a full report. Thank you for that, and allow me to apologize on Judy's behalf.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine, Mr. Tangaroa. As I told her yesterday, the important thing is that we learned the truth in the end. Now, would you mind if I ask you a question or two? By all means, I'll gladly share all that I can.
The contestants.
What can you tell me about the contestants who took part in the final round of the contest? Let's see. There was Miss Scone. I loved her design concept. Unfortunately, her entry was in violation of the rules, and so I had to disqualify her. Mr. Gusto's creations were a perfect balance of flavor and design, at least up through the semifinal. But disappointingly, his entry for the final was subpar on both counts. And there's actually something a little unusual about his entry for the semifinal as well. Which was, it tasted identical to Mr. Frost's. Hey, wait a second. Frost? What do you mean? Salty? They may have looked different, but I could have sworn I was eating the same thing.
Huh? What exactly did his work look like?
Oh, there should be a photograph back at my mansion.
I'll show it to you later, Mr. Edgeworth.
So why doesn't she have it now? And I guarantee you Gusto would have done something about it. Much appreciated, Miss Bound. But Mr. Frost's entry for the finals, that was truly sublime. So you were able to finish judging it, even though his body had been discovered in the meantime? Yes, I wasn't aware of what had happened until after I'd completed my assessment. Mr. Frost wasn't in his room when I visited, so I took the liberty of sampling a bit. A part of the lyre, I believe. The salty lyre. I'd never tasted anything like it. It was like a dream. I was so moved that I burst into song. I'm sorry, but are you saying that the lyre tasted good? I'd like to hear more about that if you don't mind. I wonder. The lyre. You're quite sure it was the lyre you tasted when you sampled Mr. Frost's work? I'm certain of it. It was part of the Gemini sculpture, which was the only sculpture in that display case. So what's the other one doing there? Mr. Tangaroa, would you mind taking a look at this photograph for me? So the part you tried was the lyre, the one shown here without any strings? Oh, there were strings originally. That was the part I ate. Oh, so Tangaroa ate the strings. So the strings were missing because Mr. Tangaroa ate them all. And he enjoyed them? Ms. Scone told us she ate a part of the lyre as well.
I'm hungry. I can't wait for my granddad's liver to finish cooking. That sounded a lot better in my head.
And it probably should have stayed there. But hey, as long as you're talking about liver, you better grab some fava beans and a nice bottle of Chianti. Okay, anyway. But I'm going to try this. Ms. Scone told us she ate a part of the lyre as well, but she said it was far too salty for her to finish. That's true. The truth is, I've Suspected for a while that there might be something wrong with my sense of taste.
No, not that liver, the cow liver.
Okay, that sounds better. Something wrong? How so exactly? There's a taste disorder characterized by an inability to detect salty flavors. Oh, that's interesting. And I suspect I've been suffering from it. I eat so many sweet foods on a daily basis that it took a while for me to even notice. But there's no denying it now. That would explain why the food here seemed so bland to him.
What? But your taste buds are your livelihood.
Even if there were some long-term treatment option, I highly doubt a total cure for your condition exists. Nevertheless, you should put in a request to the police for a proper evaluation. Oh, that won't be necessary. I have a recipe for a cure back at my mansion. You do? I do. You can take a look at it for yourself if you like.
Samson, we can't show that recipe to just anybody.
Judy, Mr. Edgeworth is hardly just anybody. He's my attorney, and I have no secrets from him.
Yes, you're right, of course. If that is what you wish.
What on earth is this secret recipe for a miracle cure that they've been hiding? I bet you that's probably part of the reason why this whole case has happened.
Well, I suppose I should be getting back.
All right, we'll be right behind you. Judy.
Yes, Samson?
There's more to life than just me. Please, Judy, think about the life you want to live. Because I won't always be around.
Don't say that. Without you, I don't have a life to live. So I'll be waiting right there at the mansion until you come home. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Wait, Miss Bound!
Judy.
Whoa, she seemed really upset. I thought I saw tears in her eyes. Why'd you even say all that to her?
Because I worry about her. She can't keep putting my needs ahead of her own. What do you mean? The Halik collection, the candy making. It's all because she thinks these things will make me happy.
Huh.
She never thinks about what she wants, what she likes. I just want her to be her own person and to choose her own destiny. The last thing I want is for her to miss out on all that life has... The last thing I want is for her to miss out on all that life has to offer because of me.
I guess that makes sense.
He really does see her as his own child. What parent wouldn't want their child to walk their own path?
I don't know whether to comfort her or tell her to woman up.
And what parent wouldn't do everything they could to protect them? I know exactly how he feels in this moment. I think I've asked of you everything I can for now, Mr. Tangaroa. We should be getting back to the scene of the crime. Oh, you're leaving? I see. I suppose I'll be going back to the interrogation room for another session. Yes, we'll have to do something about that. You'll speak to the police for me? That too, but I'll be putting something else in place as well. An ace up our sleeve for when the time comes. I look forward to learning more. I'm counting on you, Mr. Edgeworth.
We'll be back to brief you, Miss Tangaroa, every day. And Judy, too.
Thank you, Eddie. I'll look forward to it. Mr. Tangaroa, your interrogator will do everything in his power to extract a confession from you. I hate to see an innocent man suffer like this. But please, You have to do everything you can to hold out. If you can't, Mr. Von Karma will use that confession against you for as long as this case lasts. And it will make it that much harder for me to save you. I understand, and I'll try. I won't give up until you're out of there, Mr. Tangaroa. You have my word on that. Whew.
Yeah, right, son.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, buddy.
December 25th, 11:03 a.m. Contest venue, Fountain Room. What's going on here? Detective Bad, thank you again for what you did earlier.
Yeah, thanks a ton.
What are you talking about?
There's no need to be shy about it.
Never mind that now. I'm guessing you two are back here, looking to investigate some more.
We are indeed. We'll need something solid if we're going to save Mr. Tangaroa.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but apart from this room, the whole place is on lockdown.
What? But we need to see those other rooms.
This is Mr. Von Karma's doing, I presume.
Who else? Haven't seen the autopsy report yet either. Guy's probably got a hand in that too. And don't expect to speak with anybody, except us cops and Ms. Bound. Everybody else is gone, and I doubt Von Karma will be handing out phone numbers.
Is this all just a game to him? Why does he have to go so far?
So what's your plan of action, Detective?
Same as before. Do what I can to help you uncover the truth, like I promised.
You have my gratitude.
Just you wait, Mr. Von Karma. We're gonna beat you and your dirty bag of dirty tricks.
Detective, may we conduct a brief investigation of the area?
Sure. And like I said, everywhere else is off bounds. You probably won't be seeing those rooms again.
That's fine. As long as there's at least some way of continuing our investigation, we'll make do. Begin investigation!
Contest venue, Fountain Room.
Well, let's talk to the cops sitting there. Excuse me, may I ask what you're investigating?
Sir, I'm analyzing fountain water to see what might be in it, sir. And what did you find? Chocolate, and what looks like the kind of flavorings and colorings used in frozen desserts, sir. The composition of the chocolate seems to be the same as that of Mr. Tangaroa's work. And the flavorings and colorings match the profile of those used in Mr. Frost's ice sculptures.
Interesting. Chocolate and flavorings and colorings used in frozen desserts. So, okay, maybe... What's going on here?
Those little rivers flow from all four artists' rooms right here to this fountain. Guess that's how the stuff from the melted sculptures wound up in there. And that's not all, sir. We've also found blood. What? Why is there blood in the water?
Think back to our investigation of the murder scene, Detective. Take another look at the scene in front of us, Detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing.
You're right. Don't remember anybody mentioning they removed the blood along with the body.
The victim's blood was mysteriously absent, as was the part of the chocolate chest it had pooled on. I believe that the blood probably belonged to the victim, Artie Frost.
Take that.
The victim, huh? I'll have the guy compare it with the blood on the murder weapon. It's a match. The blood in the fountain is Frost's.
But why would someone want to send the victim's blood downstream and into the fountain like this? 'Cause that's not how it got there, Jack. Somebody took that piece of chocolate and chucked it in there. But the question is, who?
Never mind, theory proven wrong.
That might be the red paint shit I was talking about earlier. Yep, just a bit outside.
Let's cop now.
Victim's blood added to the court record. Frost's blood was found in the fountain, but not at the scene of the crime. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Okay, so I'm going to talk to Judy again. Ms. Bound, we're here to continue our investigation.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm so sorry about earlier.
She's still looking kind of down to the dumps, Miss D.
She must have been greatly taken aback by what Mr. Tangaroa had to say.
I found the photograph of the semifinal entries for you. Here, it's all yours.
Interesting.
Wow, Miss Scone sure knows how to make a cute cake.
Yes, Samson loved her design for that one. And he loved the designs and flavors of Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost's entries too. Only problem was, as Samson mentioned earlier, they tasted exactly the same. However, the respective entries for the final tasted nothing alike, it seems.
Was there anything else of note that changed between the semifinal and the final?
Nothing major, but I guess there was one thing. Mr. Gusto's son was always here with him throughout the contest.
Who is this, pray tell?
But he was nowhere to be seen during the final.
Why would his son come and hang out at a contest venue of all places? You're sure you're happy for us to keep a hold of this?
Of course. I hope it helps with your investigation.
I wonder if Gusto's kid is that kid with the horns.
I don't think so.
I doubt it, because it's 18 years. He's got to be at least 6. Huh? We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Semi-final entries added to the court record. Frost and Gusto's creations had different designs, but tasted the same.
Oh, and I also have the book containing the recipe for the cure Samson mentioned.
Oh, it's the Angel's Cookbook, the prize for winning the contest. We've seen this book before.
It was in a chocolate frame in Tangaroa's room.
That's right. He put it on display there so that everybody could see the grand prize.
What? Cure is in the Ultimate Cookbook? So it's not a book of dessert recipes, I take it?
Oh no, we told the contestants, of course. But I guess nobody told you yet.
So the contestants all knew what the Ultimate Cookbook was this whole time. Ultimate Cookbook added to the court record, a book containing formulas for creating a cure for taste disorders and other chemical and pharmaceutical items.
Feedback's appreciated if you happen to be watching the chat or watching the stream.
But I'll tell you what, maybe that's why Scone joined the contest, because she's a pharmacist.
Right.
I'd like to hear more about the cookbook, if you don't mind, Miss Bound. Ultimate Cookbook.
The Ultimate Cookbook.
So if I understand correctly, the Ultimate Cookbook is actually a collection of recipes for different medicines?
Exactly. Or rather, totally new medications that haven't made it to market yet, to be precise. To the right buyer, a pharmaceutical company, for example, it would be worth a fortune.
Oh, damn.
Jeez, after the damn money? What's up with her? Is she broke? Is she broker than a... whatever.
No, it's not broke. It's greed. The universal language of any would-be criminal.
But why make that the grand prize in a confectionery contest?
Mr. Tangaroa is the sole heir to the Tangaroa family fortune. Perhaps you've heard of the Tangaroa Group?
Excuse me. The Tangaroa Group? Yeah, I think I've heard of him somewhere before.
Is there another group we've been talking about in this game that I'm not aware of?
The Amano group, perhaps?
That's a different group, but anyway.
It's a major pharmaceutical corporation. Sells all kinds of pills and poisons.
Oh yeah, the new Cold Killer Pro has been making some real waves since it went on sale. Cold Killer. Remember that case from Turnabout Memories?
Yup. Shout out, brother. Shout out.
I always reach for a Cold Killer when I'm feeling under the weather.
Which is never, as far as I've seen. I'd like to hear more about the Tangaroa group, if you don't mind. Tangaroa group. So, did Mr. Tangaroa not want to take over for his parents and go into the family business?
No, he preferred the idea of making people's lives better through the power of confectionery. And his parents supported him in his quest to become the best in the world. Then, when they passed away, he inherited the cookbook.
But why would he make such a valuable heirloom a mere contest prize?
He's been hounded by so many people looking to make that book their own. He was tired of it. But it would have been an insult to his parents' memory simply to give it away. So he decided to find somebody he felt was worthy of it.
I'll bet the board of directors loved that. Handing over the fruits of all their expensive research to someone else.
They hated the idea, of course. Which is why Delicia entered the contest. The Tangaroa group wanted her to win the book back for them.
So you knew she was a pharmacist all along?
Yes, and not only that, I told her how to appeal to Samson's tastes. I tried to help her win.
Why? Was she blackmailed? But why?
I wanted to protect Samson by protecting the Tangaroa group. If that cookbook fell into another company's hands, the board would never forgive him. So I wanted to find a way to keep it with the company, but in a way that Samson couldn't object to.
So that's how Miss Scone managed to make it so far in a contest she had no business taking part in.
But Miss Scone wasn't the only one pretending, was she? Mr. Frost wasn't really a confectioner either. And he still made it all the way to the final, just like she did. Not bad.
Yes, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Such a talented sculptor and a gifted crafter of desserts, too.
Now, hang on a second. If Judy's aim this whole time is to protect Samson Tangaroa by keeping the cookbook in the Tangaroa group's clutches... Hey, Athena, what's that smell?
I smell plot with a capital P-U.
Indeed. Gifted indeed, judging by the standard of his work in the final. But how did one man produce pieces of that size and quality in such a short period of time?
I'm not sure I have much more to tell you. But if there's anything else I can help you with, I'd be happy to, of course.
Yeah, I smell it too. We all do, Zion.
She's certainly very keen to ensure that she does all she can for Mr. Tangaroa. I could certainly use a cup of the tea you made us yesterday, if you wouldn't mind. I think that might help to move the investigation along nicely.
Ooh, I'll have some too. Your tea is to die for, Miss Bound.
Well, how could I possibly refuse? I'll bring it right out.
You know, I think that cheered her up a little. Investigation complete.
Well, that was quick. We've learned a little more about the contestants' participants, but there's still
participants.
All right, let me try that again. We've learned a little more about the contest's participants, but there's still one question involving Mr. Gusto for which we never got an answer. Nothing at all, Mr. Gusto? You went into Mr. Frost's room, didn't you? Perhaps you could tell us why. Sure.
I also smell a daddy's girl.
Yeah, sure. I was...
Objection! Silence! You are not to give the attorney even the tiniest shred of information.
What was he doing in Mr. Frost's room?
And that's not all. I also have questions about the work he submitted for the semifinals. A confectioner who admits to lacking design sense and a sculptor with it in spades. Mr. Gusto could not have hoped to win such a high-level contest by himself, which is why I'm beginning to wonder if there was some sort of connection between him and Mr. Frost. Detective, I need to ask Mr. Gusto a few more questions. His story still doesn't quite add up for me.
Me neither.
We need to figure out how to get in touch with him.
Oh, do you now?
Oh, do you now? Good luck with that, because I have no intention of allowing it.
Mr. Von Karma.
I'm already in the midst of my own investigation into Gusto. So there's no need for the likes of you to pester him with the same questions again. I will, however, be happy to answer any questions you might have.
He seems dead set on preventing me from talking to Mr. Gusto. In which case... Fine. Then allow me to take you up on your offer.
Very well. What is it?
I'd like you to tell me about the connection between Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost. Okay.
All right, time for another big battle. Gusto and Frost connection.
The connection between Gusto and Frost? It was simply a matter of coincidence. They both happened to be taking part in the same contest.
Okay, listen, you prim and proper bastard. We can do whatever we want. You know why? Because they have me, Zion the potato.
You tell him, brother. He goes,
yeah, go get that bastard.
And that's all?
That's all I have to say to you.
What? But that doesn't help us at all.
We'll have to confront him with evidence if we want to draw the truth out of him. And it's imperative that we do. He's clearly hiding something.
Yeah, you heard him, man. Go get that bastard. Time for a little rebuttal.
The connection between Gusto and Frost? It was simply a matter of coincidence. They both happened to be taking part in the same contest.
Hold it. Granted, it may have simply been a coincidence that they both entered the same competition, but that doesn't rule out a connection of some other kind between the two of them. Maddie! Thanks so much for liking the stream. Okay, here we go.
Objection! I do hate to repeat myself, but if you do not have any pertinent evidence, then kindly keep your mouth shut.
Guess I'll just do as he says for now. At least until I find the evidence that proves Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost's connection.
Still, the look in your eye speaks volumes. Well, go on then. What are you trying to say?
Make up your mind, will you? Should I keep my mouth shut or not? It seems Mr. Von Karma is keen to keeping us away from the truth.
Which means the truth must be inconvenient to him somehow, right?
Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost had something in common. I just need to present the thing they shared to Mr. Von Karma.
The connection between Gusto and Frost? It was simply a matter of coincidence. They both happened to be taking part in the same contest.
I'd like to say this. Had different designs, but tasted the same. Objection. I wonder if you could look at the two confections in the foreground for me, Mr. Von Karma. They were made for the contest semifinals. Both are quite exquisitely crafted, wouldn't you agree?
Get to the point.
As the nameplate suggests, these were Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost's entries. Mr. Gusto told us that confectionery design was far from his strong suit, and yet his work in the picture is just as good as Mr. Frost's. Exactly as good, in fact. We learned from another witness that their two entries also tasted exactly the same. I don't like him because he tased my boy Phoenix and my girl Maya. Yeah, that asshole. That's not, this is before he did that, but I still don't like him anyway.
Objection! What are you suggesting?
I am suggesting that they were helping one another out. Let's take a closer look, shall we? While at first glance the two may appear to be superficially different, it soon becomes apparent that there are significant similarities in how they were put together.
Huh?
They are made of the same ingredients, taste the same, and share a similar design aesthetic. This picture is proof positive that the two were working together.
If you figured that much out, I suppose there's little point in denying it.
Mr. Von Karma knew all along that they were cooperating?
But I'll warn you, none of what you're about to hear will be to your advantage.
Okay.
All right, Gusto and Frost's real connection.
Let me confirm what you seem so desperate to prove. Gusto and Frost were indeed working together. Gusto spelled out the details of his relationship to Frost during his questioning last night. It seems they were helping one another right up until the day before the final.
So, you knew that the two were cooperating. Mr. Von Karma, why are you trying to bury the truth?
Objection! Please, enough with the petty slander. I merely wanted to avoid you poking your nose around before I could provide proper context in court. It simply slipped my mind to explain that to you.
It doesn't explain why he's being so slippery with the facts, though. I need to figure out what it is he's hiding. I can't let things end like this.
All right, time for rebuttal. Don't get this bastard, Greg. Von Karma, you're burnt with slander.
Let me confirm what you seem so desperate to prove. Gusto and Frost were indeed working together. Gusto spelled out the details of his relationship to Frost during his questioning last night. It seems they were helping one another right up until the day before the final.
Oh, time for a little... What do you think of this?
Objection. They weren't working together during the finals? I find that a little hard to believe. Ms. Scone is on record as having described Mr. Frost's creations as scrumptious. And while he was certainly skilled, I doubt even he could have become a world-class confectioner overnight. It seems far more likely to me that he and Mr. Gusto were still cooperating during the finals.
Objection! How many times must I explain this to you? Assertions require proof, and one person's entirely subjective statement is not proof of anything. Besides, even amateurs can occasionally make delicious food. Perhaps Frost was simply lucky. My wife, for example, is an amateur whose cooking puts first-class chefs to shame.
How is that not an entirely subjective statement?
Furthermore, you are ignoring another crucial part of the pharmacist's testimony. Namely, that she also described some of Frost's work as having been unbearably salty. In other words, your evidence actually shows that Frost failed to produce the perfect confectionery. No more objections, I take it.
Hello, I'm Spons, and I say Von Karma's an old poop. He definitely is old.
I agree.
There must be some way I can prove that Gusto and Frost were still collaborating.
Mr. E? There's something that's been on my mind.
Yes? What is it, Eddie?
Mr. Frost sent you for the finals. Wouldn't it have taken a while to make?
I would imagine so.
Making flavored water, freezing it all, and then carving 2 whole sculptures? Could he really have done all that and help Mr. Gusto with his work? If it was me, I'd have barely gotten as far as just sending the flavored water up the freeze part. Just can't see how Mr. Frost could have pulled it off.
Perhaps there's some lawyerly instinct in you after all, Eddie. Your ponderings certainly point to another possibility.
Eddie's right.
Mr. Frost would have needed to freeze his own large blocks of flavored ice to create his art, and there wouldn't have been time to do that during the contest itself. So what must Mr. Frost have done in order to finish his flavored ice and be within the time limit? Let me see. I'm thinking it's either the day before the final, make the ice the day of the final, or make it out of something else entirely. No, the day before. Yep. He must have made the flavored ice the day before. Then all he would have had to do was sculpt it.
What are you muttering about now?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized something, that's all. I realized that you're correct.
What? Mr. E?
I hope you know what you're doing.
Oh? Accepting defeat at last, are we?
The only thing I'm accepting is that perhaps one of the things you said was true. They were helping one another right up until the day before the final. Just as you said, the day before the final really did mark the end of their collaboration. Mr. Frost's entry was carved entirely from blocks of flavored ice. Ice which would have needed at least a day to freeze, and whose flavors would therefore have already been prepared by Mr. Gusto.
Yes, which lines up perfectly with what Mr. Gusto told me, that he helped Frost until the day before the final.
In that case, why didn't Mr. Frost reciprocate and help Mr. Gusto in return?
Objection! I can hardly be expected to read the minds of the dead.
Objection. Perhaps not, but I imagine Mr. Gusto could tell us, so why don't you let us speak with him? Or do you still insist your interrogation was as thorough as you claim?
How dare you call my methods into question?
That's not my intention. I just don't understand why you would obstruct a perfectly valid line of inquiry. Give me one good reason as to why you're keeping Mr. Gusto from me.
One good reason, certainly. The how and why of Frost and Gusto's collaboration have absolutely no bearing on this case.
Objection. How can you possibly say that with any certainty? If their
Why can't I picture y'all being VAs for actual cartoons?
You know what? We kind of want to do that. I think that'd be fine. If their relationship had broken down for some reason, that could very well have been the motive behind this murder. Oh, yeah.
Objection! Could it indeed? Then why did Gusto himself tell me all about it? Why did the man you seem so keen on accusing share the details of his collaboration with the prosecution? Please tell me you have some proof to back up your preposterous suspicions this time.
Sorry, my throat went dry. Gotta hydrate.
Mr. Gusto only acted suspiciously one time that we know of, and I imagine Mr. Von Karma is aware of exactly what that suspicious action was. Which means this is probably a trap.
Well, cat got your tongue?
But even if this is a trap, I can't back down now. Mr. Gusto snuck into Mr. Frost's room, and we still don't know why. That fact alone is reason enough to suspect him.
If that's your only concern, then allow me to clear it up for you.
I knew it. It was a trap.
I was saving this for the trial, but consider it a taste of things to come. Plus, I'd hate for the proceedings to drag on because of your needless interjections. Here, take a look at this.
That's...
Gusto and Frost and their sons.
Hang on a second. We got to do this. Whoa. What? Let's keep going.
What?
Family photo added to the court record.
A photo of Frost, Gusto, and their sons. Gusto's son visited his father daily up to the semifinal.
Yeah, that's right. And Judy Bound was telling us about that.
Gusto snuck into Frost's room in order to retrieve this photograph.
But why?
It seems their sons attended the same elementary school. Gusto was concerned that the fact of Mr. Frost and his acquaintance might place him under undue suspicion. A concern that you have just proved was entirely well-founded. Gusto's actions make perfect sense, and you have given me no reason to believe otherwise.
No! He's never gonna let me talk to Mr. He's never gonna let me talk to Mr. Gusto.
Now, if you are quite done obstructing my investigation, I have things to be getting on with.
That smug, self-righteous jerk! I'll give him something to be getting on with! What do we do, Mr. E? Mr. Tangaroa's finished if we can't figure something out!
Things to be getting on with. What exactly could those things be? He has a body, a murder weapon, and a suspect in custody.
I'm gonna crash, bash, swallow, boom, ting, tang, bada, wait, bada, big, bada, vom, karma.
If the prosecution means to pursue Mr. Tangaroa, surely they have all they need. So why is Mr. Von Karma still investigating the scene of the crime?
Something on your mind, Mr. E?
We're missing something. Something important. Mr. Von Karma has everything he needs to proceed with the prosecution of Mr. Tangaroa, and yet he still doesn't seem entirely confident of his case. If he was, why refuse to share information with Detective Bad?
Who else? Haven't seen the autopsy report yet either. Guy's probably got a hand in that too.
24 hours post-murder and there's still no autopsy report.
Time to put it together.
In addition, we still haven't solved the mystery of what happened to the evidence that went missing. Take another look at the scene in front of us, Detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing. None of the victim's blood
was found. None of the victim's blood was found in Tangaroa's room.
Well, it's because somebody took it out.
Huh. You're right. Don't remember anybody mentioning they removed the blood along with the body.
Evidence that turned up not in Mr. Tangaroa's room, but in a most unusual place.
Hold that thought for a minute. Are you losing connection or something, or
No.
something going on here? Oh, okay, I believe you.
It's a match. The blood in the fountain is Frost's.
Frost's blood was detected in the water of the fountain.
Evidence was disposed of.
So there were no traces of Mr. Frost's blood left in Mr. Tangaroa's room. Yet we found some in the fountain instead.
Why?
Okay, here we go. So, missing victim's blood in the fountain. Now, we're going to combine these first. Mr. Frost's blood went missing from the crime scene. But traces of it showed up in the fountain. Why go to the trouble of removing the blood from the scene after the body had been discovered? And why only the blood? Surely the body would have also been in the way. Wait, could someone have moved the body aside to get to the blood? Did someone move the body aside in order to get the blood that was in the chest? Let me see. No autopsy report. Body moved aside.
Who moved the body?
Yeah. So the body might have been moved aside, or even removed from the scene of the crime entirely. After all, as far as we know, there's still no autopsy report. We've learned plenty about the murder weapon and the suspect, but very little about the body itself. Our assumption thus far has been that the body had been recovered by the forensics team. But what if that assumption is false? What if Mr. Von Karma wouldn't show Detective Bad the autopsy report out of something other than spite? What if we've been thinking about this the wrong way around all along? The question isn't why did Mr. Von Karma hold back information about the body? It's did Mr. Von Karma even have any information about the body in the first place? How do things look from that angle? Perhaps the body hadn't been removed by the police in order to carry out an autopsy. Perhaps it had already been removed and hidden away by the culprit before their arrival.
He did not. Mr. E?
We've both heard rumors about Mr. Von Karma's questionable methods, fabricated witness statements, shady deals, forged evidence even.
Sure, everybody's heard of that stuff, but what's that got to do with us right now?
I would never judge a person on the basis of rumors alone, even Mr. Von Karma. I've tried my best not to let my preconceptions color our interactions with him. Nonetheless, it appears he may indeed be willing to twist the truth to his own ends.
Twist the truth? You mean he's been playing dirty?
I fear he might have been, and still is.
And I'm not about to let him get away with it.
This is the nature of the penalty for sure.
I'm returning to the prosecutor's office. Don't breathe a word about anything to that infernal attorney.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Hold it.
Yes? What is it now?
I have a few questions, Mr. Von Karma, about a certain fact you've been keeping from us.
Really? You mean to call the methods of an officially sanctioned investigation into question yet again? I'm warning you, if you obstruct the police in their work any further, there will be consequences.
Objection. It's not the police I have an issue with, Mr. Von Karma. It's you.
What?
Isn't it on the prosecution to work out who the real culprit of a crime is?
What foolishness is this? I have no intention of debating what the prosecution's role is or is not with the likes of you. But let me make one thing clear. My job is to identify suspects and ensure that every last one of them is convicted at all costs. Believe me when I say I leave absolutely no room for doubt when I present my perfect unassailable cases.
Objection. And how far would you go for your perfect cases? Would you create facts out of whole cloth, perhaps?
Ha! And I thought you had outdone yourself already. But now you intend to accuse me of fabricating evidence?
I do. Because it is why you've done nothing but hinder Detective Bad from doing his job at every turn.
What are you talking about?
You didn't shut him out of the investigation because you wanted him to keep an eye on us. You did it to stop him from finding out that you don't have the body.
What?
He doesn't have the body?
Objection! Ridiculous! You're cutting at straws! I will tolerate no more of your preposterous slander!
Then allow us to examine it. Prove me wrong if you can.
I'm afraid you'll have to try a little harder than that. I am under no obligation whatsoever to prove your baseless accusations one way or another.
Objection. As you must have seen for yourself, a piece of bloodied chocolate is missing from the scene of the crime. Why did it disappear? And where did it go?
What does it matter? Some blood went missing from the chest where the body was found. So what?
So what indeed? That's precisely my question. If the body was still at the scene when the police got here, removing the blood would accomplish nothing. However, let us suppose for a moment that the body was not. If someone had wanted to erase any trace of what had happened in that room, then it all makes perfect sense. If the body was still at the scene when the police got here, removing the blood would accomplish nothing. The body was not there when the police got here. Gotcha. All right.
Objection! What is this petty obsession with the bloodstain? But since it's so important to you, why don't you tell me where you believe it went?
Of course. After all, evidence is everything, as you never tire of telling us. I believe this should back up my theory quite nicely. What evidence do I have that shows where the blood from Mr. Tangaroa's room went?
It had to have been,
The pool. Hang on a second. I thought I had it. Hang on.
Wait. Is it that,
Oh,
is
yeah.
it the victim's blood?
That one. Okay, I thought I was looking for a fountain. Traces of the victim's blood were found in the fountain. Along with traces of the chocolate from along with the traces of chocolate. Let me try that again. Along with traces of the chocolate from Mr. Tangaroa's room. I believe the missing piece of bloodstained chocolate was dumped into the stream that flows to the fountain, which strongly points to one certain fact. Someone purposely disposed of the blood after the body had been removed from the chest. Mr. Von Karma, where did you find the body? You didn't find it, did you? Answer me.
You! Where did you get your hands on that kind of evidence? You have neither the authority nor the means to carry out that kind of analysis on the fountain water.
No, but I do.
Curse you, Bad! You've been a thorn in my side from the moment you were assigned. Well, no longer. As of now, you are officially off the case.
I was barely on it in the first place.
Mr. Von Karma, you still haven't answered my question. Will you admit it? Will you confirm that no body was ever recovered?
It's really quite the claim, you know. One that you'll never find any proof for, I'm afraid.
And you've been a thorn in my side since DL6. Tell him, Zion. What must I do to get an answer out of him?
Now, if you don't mind, I have given you quite enough of my precious time already. I look forward to destroying you in court, Gregory Edgeworth. Your precious logic and theories won't save you then. Nothing will.
Mark my words, Mr. Von Karma. Your methods will be your undoing. No matter how you tried to hide the truth, I'll bring it all to light in the end. Dickhead. Forgive me, Detective. I didn't mean to put you in a difficult position. Don't sweat it. It's always gonna end this way. Honestly, nobody's ever sidelined me the way he did before. First time for everything, huh? You know, I think you might be right about the body being missing. I am, and I'll prove it in court. Well, if there's anything I can do to help, just say the word. Since, you know, I'm off the case now. That's very kind, and I'm sorry to keep asking favors of you, Detective Bad, but there is one more thing.
Hey, what are you guys whispering about? Come on, let me in on the secret.
All right, Eddie. The detective and I were just arranging a little insurance for the trial. I think we have enough to see Mr. Tangaroa acquitted, but I prefer to have an ace in the hole, just in case.
And what is it?
You'll find out in the courtroom.
Wait, what? You let me join you?
Of course I am. You are my assistant, after all.
I'll be more than that by next year. I'll be a full-fledged attorney, you know. We can take on Mr. Von Karma together.
Indeed. Though I'm hoping we'll have freed Mr. Tangaroa by then. But if we're up against Mr. Von Karma, I guess we can't rule out the possibility that this might take some time.
Right. We'll do everything we can in the meantime. I know you can beat Mr. Von Karma, Mr. E. I believe in you.
We can't allow Mr. Tangaroa to remain in prison for a crime he didn't commit. And we won't. I'll expose Mr. Von Karma's lies if it's the last thing I do. I think present-day Fenders are up to be continued. And we're at an hour 53, so I think now is a good time to cut it down.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go, folks.
So we will overwrite the save data, and later the identity of the body. So yeah, we're gonna be coming back to the present day, I'm sure. So here we go.
Ah, man, I know. I wanted to continue too, but I didn't want to go all night.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we give ourselves a 2-hour time limit every night. And I'll tell you what, the fact that body washed up, we now know that is the body of Artie Frost or Paul Halik. But here's my question. If that's the body, this case is 18 years old. How is it so preserved? Was he put in ice or something?
He must have been.
I don't know. Well, anyway, in any event, tune in next week when we start to chip away at the rest of this case. Until then, I'm the Cannonball Alex Steele.
I am the Package Andrew Steele.
We are the Steel Twins,
and we are for real.
Top guys out. Ciao.
Adios, muchacho. Well, that gives a new meaning to being put on ice.
Absolutely.